Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Around the Table GTA. This week has been a crazy week for me. A lot of ups and a lot of downs, but speaking of up and down, we're going to be talking about festivals, concerts in general, and just overall fun. So, this is my top 5 tips for going out to either a concert or a festival. Basically, I ran into a future guest of the podcast, and they were talking about that they like the episodes that I break things down. Also, I am going to a festival this summer. I usually try to do 3, but with work, life, and fitness, even like with the recession coming, things are getting a little bit more rough. Not saying that I don't have the money to spend, because I'm the type of person, if I want to do something, I'll spend the money when I have the money, like at the start of the year, just so that I don't have to worry now. And I don't really have to worry now. But anyways, here are the tips. Number 1, and this is the biggest mistake a lot of people make. You want to make sure you buy those tickets as soon as possible. If you know the tickets are coming Friday, 10 a.m., make sure you are up, you're ready, you're on the website, you have your credit card, 9:50 the latest, and you can refresh the site, because with some sites, the tickets actually come a little bit earlier, so 5 minutes, 3 minutes, even 2 minutes, and that will be a big difference. So just to give you an example, right now, the OVO Fest tour, it's going to be a tour this year, apparently, those tickets, within the first 2 minutes, the tickets were at $599 just for the lawn tickets. After 5 minutes, it was $899. So whoever bought tickets in the first 5 minutes got a deal, because this is how concert tickets work. There is a max number of people that could come, right? And after a certain amount of tickets are bought, there's different tiers. So this is concerts, this is festivals as well. So if you're buying tier 3 tickets, it's going to cost you more than buying the first round of tickets. And you could see it with some venues, they'll have all the tiers. Obviously, you want to go to the lowest tier before anything, because you don't want to get ripped off. So just for example, for me, this year, I hesitated on if I wanted to go to Rolling Loud or not, even though I know that I'm going to go because it's the first one. I'm the type of person, if it's the first time of a festival, I don't really care about the genre of music. I want to go because it's the first, because the first is usually the best. Okay, so we're going to go to number 2. Number 2 is controversial as well. It's either bring friends or don't bring friends. I'm a type of person where I could go with a group of people, or I could go by myself. I'll find a group of people. Some of the coolest people that I've met was from going to festivals alone. Actually, when I went to Veld, either 2016 or 2017, I ran into 3 people who were also waiting for their friends, and they couldn't find their friends, or their friends were coming later. We all ended up just hanging out with each other for the whole festival day, because the cell phone reception was crazy. We couldn't contact anybody. I think only one of us actually was able to find our group of friends, but they're like, you know what, I'm going to chill with you guys. And I could elaborate on that story, but I'm not. I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible. This is still going to be a pretty long episode, because I'm talking about something that I enjoy. But the thing about bringing friends is, especially if you bring a big group of people, if someone is a buzzkill, you're stuck with that buzzkill for the whole thing, right? It's just like if you go to a nightclub and your friend drinks too much and they get sick, you have to take care of the person. Or like I've experienced in the past, you might bring people, and then after they're bored, or they are not having fun, and because you brought them there, it's gonna cause an issue, because they didn't even really want to come, or they might have wanted to come, but it's your fault that they're there in the first place, so you have to entertain them, right? So it's up to you. If you're gonna bring your friends, make sure that you guys are on the same level of party. Make sure you guys are on the same vibe, because that can completely destroy your enjoyment, and you've wasted a bunch of money on a festival for no reason. Okay, number 3 is stay hydrated, especially if you're going to a summer festival, especially if you are outside, especially if you like dancing like me. You're gonna get hot, there's gonna be a lot of other people around, and it's gonna be an experience, right? Whether you're sober or you're not sober, you need to make sure that you stay hydrated, because people faint, people pass out, and if you're not in an environment where those type of people help people, you could potentially die. And the worst thing about it is people are going to look at you and record you and be like, oh man, this person's they're so messed up, and you could be dying. Right? And they're just gonna record you. You'll be lucky if someone goes and tries to call security or whatever to help you out. And especially if you're by yourself, or if you strayed from your friends to go to the washroom, it's going to be a rough time. So make sure that you always stay hydrated, whether you're sober or you're not. Number 4 is controversial. I am not condoning any of the things that I'm going to mention in the next 2 minutes, but I'm condoning part of it because I'm telling you not to do it. So if you are going to a festival, do not buy drugs from strangers. Okay? If you are running into a dealer at a festival, that dealer does not care about you. They want your money and they're gonna skedaddle, right? Because if something happens to you, you're not gonna remember who it is. Unfortunately, I do have a friend who had a coworker who bought drugs in 2014 at Veld, and him and his girlfriend passed away because the drugs that were advertised to them was completely something else, and they both OD'd and died. It almost actually canceled that festival period because of what happened. So this is not just because it's someone that I kind of know, or it's someone that I know who knows a person, but realistically, it's the hard truth. Especially with certain drugs, dealers don't care. They just want their money so that they could buy more drugs or do more drugs or whatever. You know, everyone has their hustle or whatever. Like I said, I'm not condoning it. If you are going to be doing drugs, even if you're going to not take my advice and buy drugs from strangers, there's so many things that you could do. There's drug test kits so that you could see if whatever you're buying is buying. There's a lot of companies that try to promote that kind of stuff. Sometimes they ban them at festivals because they state that these people are encouraging the use of drugs. They are to an extent, but at the same time, they're making sure that if people are doing drugs, that they're potentially safe. But my advice is do not buy drugs. And if you are going to do drugs, make sure that you're safe and you know how to handle yourself, because the worst thing that could happen to you is you're dying and your friends don't know what you took because you went off to go talk to some random dealer because you wanted to have a more fun time than you could experience, right? Also, be careful of free drinks. You know, people might try to drug you and stuff like that. So stay clear from drugs and make sure you know your limit, whether you're drinking or doing anything, because especially at a festival with that many people, it's going to be overwhelming, and being overwhelmed if you're under the influence is clearly not something that's good. You could get a heart attack, get an anxiety attack, you could have a panic attack, and like I said previously, the chances of people coming to help you is less and less, because if it's a bigger festival, there's less people within that culture who are there to come and try to help you because they want, they have that plur life, right? A peace, love, unity, rave, if you don't know what plur means, okay? And the last and one of the greatest tips in my mind is always buy VIP. Okay, I know VIP tickets are more expensive, but this is the golden thing about festivals, especially if it's something big. When you have a VIP area, or when you're in the VIP area, the washrooms are cleaner. There are more washrooms. Only VIP people could get these washrooms. So you spending that extra money is going to guarantee that when you need to pee, if you need a poop, if you need a puke, if you need somewhere to think about your thoughts, which I think a porta potty is a horrible place to do that, it's somewhere that is going to be more cleaner and it's going to be more accessible, especially about the things that I just mentioned in number 3, and number 4. You want to be able to pull yourself together, or poop your brains out, because things can get crazy. Sometimes you need a poop and you want that personal space. I've done the general admission. I've been in a scenario where I really needed to pee and I had to find a random spot, and then security was chasing me because I didn't pee in a porta potty. But you know what? I'm not going to piss myself because I have to wait in line. I'm a dude, so I could just whip it out, right? But I spent a good chunk of a festival dodging the security that may or may have seen me pulling out the hose, right? So just to go over the top 5 tips, and you know what? You could also add your top 5 tips or things that you might want to ask, because I do like to party. So if you have any questions, also let me know. So number 1 is buy tickets ASAP. Scalpers are the devil, right? You'll go to a concert. There could still be tickets on the site, and they're going to sell it to you for $300, $500 more, and they're not even going to blink an eye. And then some people also sell fake tickets. Buy your tickets as soon as possible. Buy it from the official site. Number 2, bring or don't bring friends. Make sure your friends are on the same level as you when it comes to partying. Don't bring any party poopers. Don't bring people who, oh, I'm tired. Oh, my knees hurt. Oh, my stomach hurts. I'm going to go sit down. And then they disappear for 2 hours, and then they want you to leave early because they're not having fun anymore. Fuck it. It's better to go by yourself. You're going to meet a bunch of awesome people, I swear. Okay? Number 3, stay hydrated. The momentum, the energy around you, you being active. Like a lot of people, as soon as they get older, they become a lot less active, right? You need that water in your system. Yes, it's going to cost you money, right? But get that water. I think a lot of festivals have free water as well. So get some free water, maybe have a drink or two, but just make sure that you stay hydrated. Especially if it's hot. So if you're doing summer festival, it's going to get hot. So make sure you get that water in, stay hydrated, however you want to do it, get some Gatorade, get them electrolytes, right? You're going to be sweating. Number 4, don't buy drugs from strangers. You shouldn't be doing drugs anyways. They're not good for you. But if you're the type of person who wants to do drugs, make sure that you have a trusted source for your drugs so that you can make sure that you're having the time that you envision to have on your drugs. But at the same time, you could be dealing with cops, undercover security, undercover cops, and that's going to be a situation. Do you want to go to jail because you wanted to be high at a festival and potentially get yourself killed because you're dying of an overdose or being overheated? It's not a good idea. Dealers at festivals do not care about your life, the same as how scalpers don't care. They just want your money. They both just want your money. Just stay away from drugs, period, especially at festivals. And number 5, always buy VIP. Going back to it and adding a little bit more points, there's more space in VIP. Why? Because people want to be cheap, or people just want to be there, or they don't have that much money, so they're doing GA. Usually VIP has certain perks, extra washrooms, private VIP washrooms, private area to eat, maybe even like an area for booze just for VIP. So there's that. Also, in some scenarios, I think most scenarios, you could be in general admission and you could also go back into VIP. So if the people in VIP are boring, you could go and party with the GA people, and then when you want to take a break, you could go to the VIP area and just chill. Either way, guys, hope you guys like this episode. Maybe I will do a episode after I go to Rolling Loud, if I survive. I say if I survive because it's basically up here, it's going to be majority rap, and it's going to have Toronto rappers. And with Toronto rappers and just the rap scene in general, there's always something that's crazy. Hopefully this is not me jinxing myself, so I'm going to cut off that jinx, but I'm definitely going to survive so you guys can see a next episode and I could talk about my experience if you guys would like to hear about that. So if you guys want to hear about that, let me know. Leave a comment in the comment section if you are on YouTube or an area that has comments. Anyways, have a nice night, have a nice day, have a nice afternoon. Hope you guys enjoy yourself, and please use my tips. It could help you, a friend, or anyone else that you share it with potentially survive their first festival or just have a better time at a festival. Thanks.